Good morning to all pro wrestling fans out there from all over the world, of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another live pro wrestling talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the Facebook and the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, it's been a little while since I've done a live pro wrestling talk, but, there's a few topics that I wanted to dive into, so I figured I'd go live for this. Hope everybody's been having a good week so far. The month of June is almost over. As a matter of fact, it is currently Saturday, June 29th of 2024. July is almost here, but hope everybody has had a good week and just an overall good month, as we are now in the summer season. We're in the summer season. So, for today, two main things I want to go over. First off, want to go over the confirmed participants that will be in this year's TJPW Tokyo Princess Cup 11. So, going to go over that list. And then, going to finish off doing my preview of AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door 2024, which is right around the corner. And it's got quite a ginormous size card. So, definitely looking forward to previewing that. Couple of things I want to say to start off. First off, don't forget to, whenever you get time, check out the link in the description for Game Beauty. If you're interested in checking out some video game themed cosmetic products, makeup products, stuff like that. And if you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code Blitzball_champ, all in caps, for 10% off of your order. So definitely nice little discount. Happy shopping. Next, so as of yesterday, it is official, ladies and gentlemen. New Japan Pro Wrestling now fully owns World Wonder Ring Stardom. That's right. It is now a fully owned subsidiary of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It became official as of yesterday, June 28th, 2024. So, not only that, at the most recent Stardom show, Hiroshi Tanahashi addressed the crowd and whatnot, kind of delivered a little statement / address. But yeah, it's official now. The birth of, I believe it's Stardom Ltd, I believe. Yep, Stardom CO Ltd is now a thing. So, I know there's probably a lot of fans that are kind of feeling iffy about this move. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that this finally happened. I mean, Stardom had been a sister promotion under Bushiroad Fight for a good long while. So I figured it was a matter of time, especially with the plans and the ideas that I guess they have brewing, as far as trying to get everybody on the same page and such. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. The announcement was originally made April 23rd that this was going to happen. And then, just had to make the time to go through all the processes and everything. But as of yesterday, it is official. It is official. New Japan Pro Wrestling now owns Stardom. So, we'll see how things go. I'm very curious to see how things go. I think the future is very bright, especially for Stardom. But, I'm going to keep a positive mindset. I believe it'll go well. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I have to wait and see, but I'm going to keep an open mind about it, and I'm going to try to be as positive as I can be. So, it wasn't too long ago that Hiroshi Tanahashi became the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Still competing even. But it's definitely quite an interesting change. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Speaking of Stardom, a few shout-outs. So, it is official. After her successful defense of the Future Stardom Championship against Nanami, Rina now officially is the longest reigning Future of Stardom champion in Stardom history. I figured it was eventually going to happen. I'm really not surprised. Not to mention, I didn't think she was gonna lose to Nanami anyway. But yeah, she has held the title 414 days now, which surpasses Utami Hayashishita, who had the title for 409 days. So, congratulations to Rina of Oedo Tai on becoming the new longest reigning Future of Stardom champion. Not really too sure who's going to be the one to dethrone her. I know there was some talk about it potentially being her sister Hina, which would pretty much be the only sister of the Judoka sisters that still hasn't held that title. So, we'll see what happens. But something tells me that Hina is probably going to end up being the next one to hold it. I know that, not to mention, she has yet to defend the title against Hina. And had to make a correction. It was a time limit draw. Between Rina and Nanami. So, my mistake there. Slight correction. But this puts her now at 9 defenses of the Future of Stardom Championship. So that's 9. Not bad. Not bad at all. She's defended against Lady C, Waka Tsukiyama, Azusa Inaba, Hanako, Yuzuki, Miyu Amasaki, Miran, Sayaka Kurara, and Nanami. So far, I have to say that my favorite defense so far, I have to say, is against Miran. That one was the biggest surprise of how great that match was. That was a phenomenal match. So I have to say, so far, that's been my favorite title defense of the Future of Stardom Championship under Rina. But, like I said, something tells me that Hina is probably going to be the one to dethrone her. I'm just not so sure how often Hina will wrestle, because I know Hina has been doing the schooling and everything. But I'm guessing with it being summertime, maybe she'll be more available. I don't know. But we'll see. But I think that's most likely going to be the next one to dethrone, or who's going to end up dethroning Rina. And then once that happens, that means all 3 Judoka sisters will have held that title. So, it's coming. It's eventually coming. It's only a matter of time. And we also have new Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions as Shuri and Konami of God's Eye have dethroned Fukuoka Double Crazy to become the new champs. So congratulations to Shuri and Konami. And the interesting thing about it, which shout out to Misfit Wrestling Podcast, this means that Konami has held the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Championship while under 3 different stables. Oedo Tai, Tokyo Cyber Squad, Oedo Tai, and now God's Eye. So yeah, that's 3 different stables that she's held that title. So really, really cool. And this also makes Shuri, I believe this makes Shuri a 2-time Goddess of Stardom tag champion, because remember, she was a former tag champion with Julia. So I believe this now makes Shuri a 2-time Goddess of Stardom champion. So I know they've been building that. Excuse me. I know they've been building up that matchup for quite a bit for Fukuoka Double Crazy and Shuri and Konami to face off against each other. So not surprised that finally happened. It is kind of a bummer because, I was really, really hoping Fukuoka Double Crazy would have had a much longer 3rd title run. I still think they are one of the best tag teams in the world, especially in Stardom. But, I like God's Eye. I like Shuri. I like Konami. I met them both. So, I'm definitely happy for them. And this is Konami's first title ever since she returned to Stardom and, officially re-signed with Stardom. So, good for her. Really good for her. And, her and Shuri, very tight. So, like I said, I would have liked a longer tag title run for Fukuoka Double Crazy, but I'm happy for Shuri and Konami. Konami's been back for a little while, and she's tag champion. Although it would be nice to eventually see Konami as a singles champion as well, but it's all good. It's all good. And who knows? Maybe the time has come where Fukuoka Double Crazy will focus more so on being singles wrestlers. I mean, either way, they're in the same faction, faction/stable. So it's all good. But that is still one of the best tag teams in the world, hands down. So shout out to them on becoming the new tag champions. A big shout out to Aya Sakura, who just got her first singles victory of her Stardom career. She beat the up-and-coming rookie Rion. But yeah, she got her first singles victory. So good for Aya Sakura. Very, very nice. Very nice. But yeah, like I said, I really like her and Sayaka Kurara as a tag team, especially both part of Cosmic Angels. And I definitely believe they will eventually become New Blood Tag Team Champions. I think they'll eventually get there. It's only a matter of time. So, quite a bit to see there in Stardom. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what's next for Stardom now that they're fully owned by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Have to see how that goes. Okay, let's get into Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So, we now know our 19 competitors for this year's Tokyo Princess Cup, this is the Tokyo Princess Cup number 11. Now, the interesting thing is last year's winner, Miyu Yamashita, the Pink Striker, is not one of the competitors. That's right. She will not be in this year's Tokyo Princess Cup. So, I know that's a big shocker for a lot of fans, I'm sure. But, yeah. No Miyu Yamashita. So, with that being said, we know we are going to get a different winner for this year's Tokyo Princess Cup. So, we know that last year, the finals came down to Miyu Yamashita and the casual beauty Yuki Kamifuku, which I know was a big surprise to a lot of folks. Honestly, I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool that Yuki Kamifuku made it to the finals. So, hey, I actually got a chance to let her know how proud of her I was, and I just thought it was really cool when I met her back in April during my Philly trip. But yeah, like, honestly, I was pulling for her. You know, once she started winning and then getting these upsets, I was like, oh, snap. Okay. So, we'll see what happens this year. But, let's take a look at your 19 competitors for the Tokyo Princess Cup 11. Check it out. Here we are. So, we're going to go from top left all the way to bottom right. So, yeah. So, first we see Yuki Aino, the Burning Venus. Definitely got a chance to meet her back in April. She's really, really cool. But, yeah, good to see her in this tournament. We also have the International Princess Champion, Yuki Arai, in this tournament as well. We also got Wakana Uehara, who won the rookie tournament earlier this year. So, big opportunity for her. We got Aris Endo, who is one half of Daisy Monkey, who is also one half of the current Princess Tag Team Champions. Got to meet her as well. We got Runa Okubo making her Tokyo Princess Cup debut. This is her first Tokyo Princess Cup, so it's a pretty big deal. Same thing for Haru Kazushiro. She's in this tournament as well. So the two rookies, well actually three if you include Wakana, are in this tournament. But yeah, Runa Okubo, Haru Kazushiro make it into this tournament, so that's pretty cool. Of course, we got last year finalist Yuki Kamifuku, the casual beauty, on the far top right. You know, we'll see if she can take it a step further and win it this year. I don't know. We'll see. And then going on the middle row, starting from the left, we got Cesara Sakura, who has wrestled a couple of times so far for TJPW. But yeah, this will be her first Tokyo Princess Cup. So have to see how she does, bringing forth a presence from the U.S. We got Up girl Shino Suzuki in this tournament. So I like how she's holding up the Shino. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Shino Suzuki's in this tournament. Of course, you got to have the other half of the Princess Tag Team Champions. The B of Daisy Monkey, Suzume, is in this tournament. We got the White Dragon right there in the middle, Rika Tatsumi, in this tournament. Got to meet her and Suzume, by the way. Toga, Rookie Toga, will be competing in this tournament as well. So, very great opportunity for her. My girl Kaya Toribami will also be in this tournament. She's been impressing me more and more each time I see her. So, we'll have to see how she does in this year's tournament. We got the big kaiju, Shoko Nakajima, at the end there. No, that's definitely a familiar face in these tournaments. So good to see her. Got to meet her as well. And then going down to the bottom, starting from the left, we got the silly, goofy Pam Harajuku, who was a big fan favorite back in Philly a couple of months ago. She'll be in this tournament. We got the Popping Sugar Rabbit, Mizuki, just as sweet and cute as she can be. We got Ryo Mizunami, Araki, in the middle there. That's going to be in this tournament. That might be a wild card. That might be a wild card. We got my girl Mocha Miyamoto in this year's tournament as well. I'm rooting very, very hard for Mocha Miyamoto. She probably will not win it, but I would love to see how far Mocha Miyamoto can get. And then, of course, we have the Princess of Princess champion herself, Miyu Watanabe, in this tournament. So, yeah, those are your 19 competitors for this year's Tokyo Princess Cup tournament. Number 11. And then, let's take a look at the actual schedule and the bracket. So, as you can see, this is the bracket. The first round will get started on July 28th. So near the end of July is when this tournament starts. So we got mostly first round on 7, I think pretty much just about all of the first round is on 7/28. Like I said, with how the brackets are, because there's an odd number, like the layout is a little weird. But we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tournament matches on July 28th. And then looks like we're going to have the second round on August 3rd, which we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second round matches. And then on August 10th, we will have I believe that's the semifinals, technically? Yeah, semifinals on August 10th. Yeah, semifinals. And then I think that's where they do a drawing to do the matchups that way, which I still think is really weird that they would do that, but it is what it is. I mean, they did that last year, so it's fine, I guess. Or actually, no. No, I was wrong. So August 10th is the quarterfinals. Yeah, August 10th is the quarterfinals. August 23rd is the semis. August 23rd is the semis. August 25th is the finals. There we go. Okay, I had to make sure I got that right. But yeah. So, first round, July 28th. Second round, August 3rd. Quarterfinals, August 10th. Semifinals, August 23rd. And then the finals on August 25th. So yeah, that's the schedule for this year's Tokyo Princess Cup. And I assume that the usual will happen. The winner gets a fancy trophy, and they will get a title shot for the Princess of Princess Championship at, I believe, Wrestle Princess is when they're going to get that title shot. Which Wrestle Princess, let me pull up the schedule. Wrestle Princess this year will be on September 22nd. September 22nd. Which, that's not too far off from the finals of this tournament. But yeah, TJPW, a lot to look forward to. And don't forget, we still got Summer Sun Princess to look forward to. That's July 19th. So that big show is happening just before this tournament kicks off. So got quite a lot to look forward to. Should be really good. Should be really good. But it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. Like I said, last year's winner, Miyu Yamashita, isn't in it this year. So we know we're going to have a new Tokyo Princess Cup winner this time around. As far as just based on who's in it, like I said, I would love for Moka Miyamoto to win it. I doubt that it's going to happen. But to be honest, I don't know. I really don't know who has the best chance of winning. Which I believe if Miyu Watanabe wins, she'll just pick her challenger. But I don't know, y'all. It's kind of a hard one to pick. Because you got a good mix of veterans and rookies in this tournament. And a few wild cards. I mean, Zara Zakar and Ryo Mizunami, I consider them pretty much the wild cards. So I think it's really going to come down to matchup, which they haven't set the matchups yet. So I assume, they probably won't set that up until maybe they'll reveal the matchups at Summer Sun Princess. We'll see. But I'll probably have a better prediction once they do the matchups. But yeah, very exciting. Very excited for this tournament. Like I said, I enjoyed last year's tournament. But yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Okay. Now let's switch gears to the main event of this live stream. And that is my preview of AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door 2024. That's right. So, this year's Forbidden Door will take place, excuse me, will take place at the UBS Arena tomorrow, June 30th, 8 p.m. This will be at the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York. And right now, barring any sort of crazy changes, we got 13 total matches. 13 total matches on this card. 3 of them are pre-show 0-hour matches. So, very loaded card, which is expected. But let's go ahead. Kane, welcome to the stream. Says, if Miyu Watanabe was not champion, I would say it must be her, but now I don't know. Yeah, like I said, looking at the competitors, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say who has the best chance of winning. Especially being that Miyu's not in it. But I think once they announce the matchups, I think I'll have a better idea who I think would win. Which, I mean, Miyu Watanabe already has a big match coming up at Summer Sun Princess. I mean, we're going to get the battle of Grand Slam champions in the main event of Summer Sun Princess as she defends the Princess of Princess title against her Daydream tag partner, Rika Tatsumi. So, it's interesting. It's really, really interesting because remember, it was at Grand Princess last year that Rika Tatsumi defeated Miyu Watanabe for the International Princess Champion to become Grand Slam champion. So, Miyu has an opportunity to get revenge in this matchup. So definitely looking forward to it. John Elite, welcome to the stream. Says, sucks to see Dijak leave WWE. Hope he does better wherever he goes. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, they brought him up to the main roster and didn't do jack with him. You know, especially the second time around. I mean, didn't do jack with him. I already wasn't that big of a fan of his gimmick change back on NXT. But honestly, they just haven't been doing jack with him. So, they won't put a title on him. That's another sad thing. They never put a title on him. So, way I see it, he was just known for having great matchups with Keith Lee. And Keith Lee hadn't been back in WWE in a long time. So, yeah. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But, hopefully he lands somewhere good. I think he definitely has great potential to land somewhere good. He became a pretty decent sized name through ROH. So I don't know if that's, if maybe he'll go to AEW or be part of ROH again, or maybe TNA. Honestly, he could go anywhere. And I think he has an opportunity to be utilized if they choose to. Let's see. Okay, Forbidden Door. Now, I understand a lot of fans are probably really disappointed that certain matches are on the pre-show and not on the main card. But it's like, are we really that surprised? I mean, the Forbidden Door shows have always had a loaded card. And, I mean, heck, one year they had like 4 pre-show matches, and all 4 pre-show matches had New Japan talent on them. So, honestly, I'm not really that surprised. I mean, is it a bummer? Sure, but we really can't be that surprised. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, I don't have all 13 graphics just yet. There's one that I don't have only because it hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but it's going to be, I'm pretty sure, by the end of tonight's Collision, because they got AEW Collision tonight. But let's go ahead and go over the pre-show matches, which 0 Hour, let me actually see what time 0 Hour is. The pre-show is 6:30 p.m. Wow. Okay. So 6:30 p.m. Fair enough. Okay. Let me move this down so I can see the chat. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's get started. So 0 Hour starts 6:30 p.m. Let's see what we got first. All right. We got ourselves a trios match, and this is quite an interesting showdown. We got LIJ's Yota Tsuji, Teton, and Hiromu Takahashi taking on the trio of the Lucha Brothers of Rey Fenix, Penta, El Cerro Miedo, and Mistico. Wow. A lot of surprises there. I mean, we all know with the whole AAA, CMLL, and all that sort of jazz, and then with AEW, you wouldn't think that would happen, but hey, little by little, it seems like the times are changing. Times are changing. But that is quite an intriguing matchup there. this trios. Oh, man. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say who wins this. This matchup could honestly go either way. And I like both teams. I really like both teams. I've met the Lucha Brothers, so. Oh, man. This is a really tough one. And the word is Penta may be leaving AEW. Because I think word is he might have gotten talks from WWE about potentially coming to WWE, which that would be pretty interesting. And what the heck? I'll say Mistico and Lucha Brothers pick up the victory. I mean, I like both sides, but I'm going to go with the home team. But it's a matchup that could really go either way, if you ask me. I think it could go either way. All right. Next up, continuing on the 0 hour. All right, we got one of our Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament matches. This is a women's quarterfinal. John Elite's going with LIJ. You going with LIJ? Okay. I see you. Okay, women's quarterfinal matchup. Owen Hart Foundation Cup. We got Mariah May versus Saraya. Mariah May and Saraya. Shoot. A big part of me would like to see Mariah May advance. I mean, it's got a tough task going up against Saraya. What the heck? I'm going for Mariah May. Yeah, Mariah May for the victory. She advances. Why not? I'll take a gamble there. And besides, it looks like she'll have Toni Storm and Luther in her corner. I don't know if Mina will be in her corner. Probably not. But yeah, what the heck? We'll go with Mariah May to pick up the victory. Should be good. Should be really good. All right. And then we got one more 0 hour match. One more pre-show match. And this one is definitely very intriguing. Check this one out. We got ourselves a tag team match with the ladies. John Elite's picking Mariah as well. All right. Good call, good call. So, we got the team of Willow, Nightingale, and Tam Nakano, who not that long ago faced each other. But they will be teaming up to take on Kris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. Ooh. This ought to be really, really good. Really, really, really good. Former best friends going at it on opposite sides. And we got Stardom talent in the mix with Tam Nakano and Momo Watanabe. Whew. I know seems like Kris Statlander has gotten the best of Willow ever since turning on her. So, and of course, we know that when Willow was TBS champion, she successfully defended against Tam Nakano. But it'll be interesting to see. Oh, John Elite says, was Kris ever a heel in the past? Yeah. Not with AEW, but I've known Kris Statlander since the Indies. Way back, Queens of Combat, she was once a heel via Queens of Combat. I met her a long time ago, so I'm actually very familiar with Kris Statlander. I met her a long time ago, but yeah, when I originally met her, she was a heel in the Indies. So yeah, very familiar with some of her heel work. She's a good heel. I think she's a good heel. But yeah, good question. Really good question. Let's see. What the heck? Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano. I'm gonna just pick them. Another match that could go either way, but I think with Kris Statlander kind of having Willow's number since turning on her, I think I'll give this one to Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano for the victory. Should be a great battle, and I hope they get a decent amount of time. I mean, this pre-show starts at 6:30. The main card starts at 8. So I hope all three matches get a good amount of time. I hope there's less talking and whatnot. I mean, I know they're going to preview the card and all that, but I hope all three of these matches get plenty of time. I really do. Oh, John Elite's going Kris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. Okay. Like I said, I think it could go either way. Okay. Let's get into the main card. And this is in no particular order, but I'm going to start off with the one match that I unfortunately don't have a graphic for. So I'm going to start off with that match, get that out of the way before going through the rest. So, there's a trios match that's on the card, which I'm sure it's going to get confirmed during Collision. But a trios match, we're going to have the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and apparently NJPW World Television Champion Jeff Cobb teaming up to take on the trio of Hook, Samoa Joe, and Katsuyori Shibata. And with that being said, I'm going to have to go with... what the heck? Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. That's who I'm going to go with. But I do wonder when at some point Minoru Suzuki and Chris Jericho will go at it, because Minoru Suzuki challenged Jericho, so I don't know if they're going to switch it up to that. I don't know for sure. We'll find out via Collision. So whatever sort of necessary update, I'll mention during the review. But that did happen as well, that Minoru Suzuki challenged Chris Jericho to a match. But as of now, Hook, Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata is what I'm going for. But we'll see what updates they announce at Collision. And John Elite's going Hook, Joe, and Shibata. Cool deal. Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's go with this next matchup. All right, next up, we got a singles match between freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy and Zack Sabre Jr. of TMDK. One second. Orange Cassidy, Zack Sabre Jr. Oof. Oof. And it wasn't that long ago that Zack Sabre Jr. recently lost a match. I believe he lost a match in Mexico or something like that. He tapped out to somebody. I thought he just recently lost a match. Unless I misread. I know you... Oh! Was it Hechicero? I think it was Hechicero. Interesting. And I know recently Zack Sabre Jr. defeated... he submitted Kyle O'Reilly, which... That was a pretty good match. Oh, man. John Lee says, I'm not a fan of this learning tree gimmick from Jericho. Neither am I. Neither am I. But it's an excuse to give him another nickname, I guess. Really, really dumb. But, it's Jericho. I don't know, y'all. This is... Because part of me could see Zack Sabre Jr. win, but another part of me could actually see... Orange Cassidy win. Oh, man. What the heck? I'm going to take a gamble and say Orange Cassidy wins. Some way, somehow, he defeats Zack Sabre Jr. I'm probably going to regret saying that, but hey, I'll take a gamble. Orange Cassidy for the victory. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at our next matchup. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one, I guess. More singles action. We got the hometown MJF taking on Hechicero. I mean, this is definitely a Forbidden Door match, but it seems... To be honest, it kind of seems like a random matchup, if you ask me. John Elite's going with Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah. I could see that potentially happening. But Hechicero MJF is kind of a random matchup, to be honest with you. But got to go with MJF to pick up the victory. I mean, I think it's an easy one. I don't see him losing to Hechicero. But MJF, I think it's an easy pick. MJF for the win. All right. Let's keep it going. All right, we got ourselves another Owen Hart Foundation Cup quarterfinal matchup, this time for the gentlemen. As we got a matchup here that hasn't happened in like 12 or 13 years, ever since Dragon Gate USA. As the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson will take on the Rampage Dragon, Shingo Takagi. Winner advances in the tournament. Ooh. Now, if I do remember correctly, Bryan Danielson did defeat Shingo in their last matchup back in Dragon Gate USA. That was when Shingo had a shaved head. Yeah, Shingo had a shaved head. John Elite says, are you familiar with Hechicero? Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times on some of the New Japan Strong shows, some of the recent shows that will have like a Lucha Libre match. But yeah, I'm familiar with him. It's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I like him. But yeah, I think I may have seen him wrestle like maybe 4 or 5 times. And he's also going with MJF as well. But yeah, I think you'll like him, John Elite. If you haven't seen him before, I think you'll like him. Shingo and Danielson. I know they've had Shingo wrestle quite a bit with the build up to this match, but I do believe that Bryan Danielson will pick up the victory. Should be hard hitting. Should be back and forth. Like I said, these two are familiar with each other. It's been a long time, but they are familiar with each other. And both have grown tremendously as pro wrestlers since they last faced each other. So it'll be very exciting to see this matchup now here in 2024. So, but I'm going with Bryan Danielson to pick up the victory. Should be a great match. Looking forward to it. All right. Let's go to our next matchup. We're going to go back to the trios. Back to trios. Here we go. All right. We got Scissor Ace versus the Elite. Scissor Ace, made up of Mr. Ace President Hiroshi Tanahashi, and of course the acclaimed Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. They'll be taking on the Elite, of course, made up of the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, and the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Well, John Elite's going with Bryan Danielson. Yeah, good pick. Scissor Ace and the Elite. Of course, you know, Okada and Tanahashi, very familiar with each other. You know, it's funny, they were teamed up during the last stint of Okada in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh, man. And now they're on opposite sides once again. Shoot. I mean, no titles are on the line, so part of me can kind of see Scissor Ace winning. Yeah, I mean, going with the Elite would probably be the safe bet. But I'm going to say, for the sake of there being no championships on the line, I'm going to go with Scissor Ace to pick up the victory. I think one of the Young Bucks will eat the pin because I don't see Okada getting pinned. So yeah, I'm going to go with Scissor Ace to pick up the victory. Why not? I'll take a gamble. Why not? But yeah, that should be good. Should be a good, exciting matchup. All right. Let's move on to the next match. All right, let's talk championships. Here we go first. We got ourselves the TNT Championship on the line in the form of a ladder match. Your competitors, we got El Phantasmo, Leo Rush, Dante Martin, Jack Perry, ROH World Champion Mark Briscoe, and Konosuke Takeshita. So, with this one, excuse me, Tanahashi and Acclaim is who John Elite's going with. Okay. I think it's a good gamble. To be honest with you, hold on, let me get some water. To be honest, my guess with this one is either Jack Perry or Konosuke Takeshita will win this match. I'm leaning more towards Jack Perry, to be honest with you, because I mean, the Elite might try to help in some way, shape, or form. But I'm thinking it's either going to be Jack Perry or Konosuke Takeshita. And Takeshita will finally win his first AEW championship. And honestly, this is probably the best time to finally put a title on Takeshita. I personally think this would be the best time to finally give him a title. But with Jack Perry being in it, I got a feeling. I'm leaning more towards Jack Perry, but I could see Takeshita winning this. But I think it's definitely going to be one of those two. Either Jack Perry or Konosuke Takeshita. But we'll see. Should be an interesting match. All right. Let's go to our next match. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. All right, next up, we have a title for title winner takes all. I am not a fan of the stipulation, but here we are. TBS champion Mercedes Moné taking on NJPW Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Yep. Don't mind the matchup, hate the stipulation. I have no idea why both titles have to be on the line and a winner takes all. Like, it wasn't that long that Mercedes became a champ, and now all of a sudden they're going to make her a double champ. I freaking hate it. John Elite's going with Jack Perry. Yeah, that's a good pick. I really, really hate this stipulation. And I got a feeling they're gonna put the titles on Mercedes. And Stephanie Vaquer has had a great title run with the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. But I mean, let's keep it real. Mercedes is gonna win. And it's not that I'm so much against her winning, but now it's about to become a double champion. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it real. That Strong Women's Championship was originally meant for Mercedes. And now this is their open opportunity to finally put that belt on her. So, I mean, you just got to keep it real. Just got to keep it real, sir. So, Mercedes Moné for the win. And she'll become a double champion. Freaking hate it for Stephanie Vaquer, but when the matchup was made, we knew this was coming. We knew it was coming. Anyway. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to our next matchup. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. All right, we got the rematch for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. As the champion, Jon Moxley will defend against the leader of LIJ, Tetsuya Naito. Well, personally, I would like to see Naito win the title back and actually have a legit run. You know, the legit run that he didn't give a chance to have, especially being the one to have won it at Wrestle Kingdom earlier this year. John Elite's going Mercedes. Yeah. Like, it was an easy pick. But, I would really like for Naito to win the title back and really just have a legit run with the title. I really would. Because I definitely feel like he didn't have a legit run with this title since winning it at Wrestle Kingdom. You know what I mean? I mean, Naito only had the title for 99 days and 2 successful defenses before losing it on the 3rd defense to Moxley. And so far, for Mox, this will be his 5th defense. I would really love to see Naito win the title back. But honestly, something tells me that Mox is gonna retain. So I will be pulling hard for Tetsuya Naito to win the title back, but I'm gonna say Moxley is gonna end up winning. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I think Mox does end up retaining, but I will be rooting hard for Naito. Okay. All right. We're down to, let's see, 2 more matches. All right. This is a pretty big one that I think will have a lot of eyes on this match. All right. We got the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. As the champion, Timeless Toni Storm defends against Stardom's own Mina Shirakawa. So first off, I'll say this. I'll say, John Elite's going with Moxley. Yeah. First off, I will say, regardless of whether she wins or loses, I think tomorrow night is when they announce that Mina Shirakawa is all elite. I think they're going to end up signing her. And she'll probably do, Stardom and AEW, but I got a feeling that she's going to get signed, or she's going to get offered a contract, and she's going to become all elite. I think the crowd has been, very receptive of Mina Shirakawa. Although there are a lot of fans out there that are like, oh my God, they're over-sexualizing Mina Shirakawa. And I'm just like, that's been her gimmick for, her pro wrestling career? I mean, she's a former gravure model. I mean, not to mention she kind of flaunts her goodies. I mean, this is kind of her gimmick. But I can understand a lot of Western fans feeling that way. But it is what it is. But I think this is where Mariah May turns on Mina Shirakawa. Because remember, Mina inadvertently smashed a champagne bottle on Mariah May's head, trying to hit Toni Storm from behind. Or at least she tapped her on the shoulder, was going to hit her, but she missed and hit Mariah. So, with that being said, I think Mariah May turns on Mina Shirakawa, stays by the side of Toni Storm because of what happened, and Toni Storm successfully retains the AEW Women's Championship. Because two things. Number one, I definitely see that happening, Mariah May turning on Mina. And secondly, I got a feeling that they're going to have Toni Storm hold on to this title until Jamie Hayter returns. And I think Jamie Hayter will be the one to take the title off of Toni Storm. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. So, I truly believe they're going to keep the title on Toni Storm until Jamie Hayter returns. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. John Elite says Mariah went night-night after that bottle shot. Yes, she did. Mina felt really bad, but honestly, as soon as that happened, I just already had made up my mind. Yeah, Mariah's going to get back at her about that. Yep, she's going to get back at her about that. But I expect a great matchup, but I'm going to go with Toni Storm retaining. But I do think, regardless of what happens, Mina Shirakawa becomes all elite. Okay, and then finally, the main event. The main event of Forbidden Door comes down to this. The AEW World Championship on the line as the champ, Swerve Strickland, defends against the AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay. Now, in their entire careers of facing each other, the score is 5-4 Ospreay. That's right. These two have faced each other quite a bit, even in Europe. But yeah, the score is 5-4 Ospreay. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be very, very disappointed if Ospreay wins this match and becomes AEW World Champion. I think it'll be a ginormous slap in the face of Swerve. I really do. I really feel like, well, you know what? Let me see something. John Elite says, do you think we get Tony and Mariah at all in or too soon? Nah, I don't think so. I don't see her turning on Tony Storm, especially not after that bottle shot. Yeah, I don't see that happening personally. I could be wrong, but I don't see that happening. El Sancho, welcome to the stream. Been a follower for a while. Can you wish my... Okay, I'm not going to read that part. Wish Jamie a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie. Hope it is a memorable and a blessing. Another year of life for you. Happy birthday to Jamie. I'm going to be pulling for Swerve to win, which I really believe Swerve should win. I really do. I believe Swerve should win because I think it would be a big slap in his face if they took the title off of him. Which he's only been champion 69 days and has only had 3 defenses. So I'm going to say the right move is for Swerve to retain. Not to mention, it wasn't that long ago that Ospreay won the AEW International title, and already he's in contention for the world title. It's ridiculous. But Swerve wins. The score is 5-5. Tied at 5. Let's see. No problem, El Sancho. No problem. Swerve retains. Does Callis screw Ospreay? Now that, I could actually see that happening. Good call out, John Elite. Good call out. Good call out. I could actually see that happening. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that may be the opening. That may be the opening and opportunity to do so. I like it. I like it. Good call out. I give you credit on that one. That is a good call out. So yeah, that could be where Don Callis turns on Will Ospreay, costs him the title. Also, I wanted to point out that Kyle Fletcher is no longer ROH World Television Champion. He got dethroned in Mexico by Atlantis Jr. Interesting. Very interesting. Atlantis Jr. is the new ROH TV champ. Wow. And you know what? I believe that's a CMLL guy. Now that I think about it, that's a CMLL guy. Hey, it just goes to show you that the times are changing. The times are changing. I'm just saying. You never know. But it seems like the times are truly changing, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, congratulations to Atlantis Jr. on becoming the new ROH World Television Champion. It's crazy. El Sancho says, Swerve needs to be built more as a legacy champion, being the first black AEW World Champion. Callis screwing Ospreay only option to protect both. Yeah, I agree. I can agree. How long was Kyle Fletcher's reign? 196 days. 196 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successful defenses. And lost it on the 8th. So yeah, 196 days. Not bad. Not bad. 7 successful defenses, not bad. El Sancho says, unless a reason Mark Henry left company was because they didn't like the direction they were taking Swerve, I have no idea. But lately he's been kind of unhinged lately. I don't know what's up with Mark Henry. I mean, the messed up comment towards Kairi Sane, and then now him complaining about the Wyatt Six breaking kayfabe. Like, it's not, that second one, it's like, it's not even that serious. It's like, dude, it's not even that serious. I don't know why he's pitching a fit about that. But, and it's kind of a bummer because I've met Mark Henry. Met Mark Henry a couple of years ago, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's a bummer. It's really a bummer. But yeah. And then I got to mention this. I really got to mention this. But wow. Wow. Paul Heyman eating a triple power bomb through an announce table, courtesy of the Bloodline. Whew. Because, I mean, Paul Heyman, I want to say, is almost 60 years old. He's got to be in his late 50s, at least. But I think he's almost 60 years old. And took a triple power bomb through an announce table last night. Whew. That was crazy. That was really, really crazy. El Sancho says, end of show, Swerve and Ospreay both fighting Callis Clan makes them a tough duo, possibly tag champs. We've seen tag champs feuding over the title in WWE before. Oh, that can happen anywhere. That could definitely happen anywhere. But yeah, that would be pretty interesting. But you know, Ospreay's been on a roll. And I just at least like that Ospreay, even though he's got this title opportunity, at least he's earned his wins. So I got to give credit on that. John Elite says, any Jacob Fatu match you'd recommend for someone who's not too familiar with the work he's done in the Indies? To be honest with you, I'd say check out any of his matches in MLW. Because MLW was pretty much where some of his best work was. I would say any of his MLW stuff, which I haven't seen a lot of MLW, but you got to also keep in mind that he was the longest reigning MLW World Heavyweight Champion. So, definitely, I would say any of his MLW work, especially during his world title run. But yeah, He's also wrestled quite a bit via GCW as well. I mean, dude is quite a high flyer for his size. But yeah, if you want a deep dive, definitely any of his MLW work. Was SummerSlam 2022 the last time Heyman took a bump during the last man standing match? Maybe about as one that's equivalent to that, perhaps, but I don't know if that was the last bump he took. I don't think so. Swerve's group betrayed him, and now Ospreay's group betrayed him. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, Mogul Embassy. Yeah, that is true. That is true. They sure did. Good call. Good call. That is a good point. But, man, what a team that you have. What a faction. The new bloodline. The new Solo Sikoa-led bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Gorillas of Destiny, and the Samoan Werewolf. And potentially, Hikuleo being added. Yo. That could be, next to the Wyatt Six, could be in line for the best running faction in WWE. Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tamatanga Tangaloa, potentially Hikuleo? Shoot. That's money right there. That's money right there. I love that pop-up Samoan drop Jacob does. Oh, yeah. Dude is a beast. Dude is a beast. He's got a filthy mouth, but dude is a beast. But, yeah. I think potentially the Wyatt Six and this new bloodline going to be the top factions in the WWE. John Elite says, you think Bloodline will screw Jay at Money in the Bank next week? Honestly, not to be mean or anything, but screw Money in the Bank. I will not be watching Money in the Bank. I could care less about Money in the Bank. Is that a potential scenario? Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, Money in the Bank could die in a fire for all I care. I hate the concept. It's the cheapest way to put a championship on somebody. And it's lame. And it's at the point where they're making it one of their main PLEs, one of their main pay-per-views, in the same line as Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. Yeah. I could care less about Money in the Bank. I haven't really been keeping up, to be honest with you. Hadn't been keeping up. Because I told myself that was the one event that I was going to skip. And I wish Money in the Bank would go away. Forever. I've never been a fan of the concept of Money in the Bank. Big men doing cruiserweight moves reminds me of how big guys shoot threes now in the NBA. Interesting comparison. Yeah, but hey, I can dig that. I can definitely dig that. But yeah, Forbidden Door I think will be good. I think Forbidden Door will be good, interesting, all of the above. And then next Sunday, you got NXT Heatwave, which, quite a bit is brewing up for that. So that should be good. But yeah, quite a lot. Man, I feel like I'm losing my voice. quite a lot to look forward to. But July is right around the corner. And you know what? It's exciting. It's really exciting. Let's see. But yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. A stacked card for Forbidden Door, indeed. And you know, WWE TNA has been getting quite their feet wet on the talent exchanges. I believe where it is that Charlie Dempsey and Izzy Dame appeared on a TNA event recently. So they've been, you know, going back and forth. I think they've been going back and forth. John Lee says, you think we could get a Worlds Collide PLE with this TNA and NXT crossover? I could see it happening. I think in a matter of time, something like that, some sort of crossover show like that will happen, whether they call it Worlds Collide or something different. But yeah, I could see something like that happen. Who knows? They might incorporate TNA, and this is a stretch. They could incorporate them in Survivor Series. I mean, hey, we could see something like that happen. Survivor Series featuring TNA. It really depends on how far they want to take it, but I could see it being a potential thing. With the Rumble taking place in February next year, is there no PLE in January and no Elimination Chamber in February? Wait, what? Why would Elimination Chamber not? Wait, what? I figured they would still be there. Wait, the Rumble's in February next year? Is it really? Wow. Oh yeah, February 1st. Yeah, you're right. February 1st. I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They announced it on Raw Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty far out in advance. So I mean, they could probably still do it. I mean, being of how they do a NXT and a main roster PLE most of the time in a month. I mean, it's not impossible. I'll just say that. It's not impossible. But we shall see. Got a lot of planning to do, that's for sure. I mean, shoot. SummerSlam next year is a 2-night event, which still makes no sense to me, but I could see if it was a Royal Rumble 2-nighter, but yeah, It's crazy. But, yeah, let's see. Is there anything else? But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. I don't know if y'all have anything else, but I'll give it a couple of more minutes, and I think I'll shut this down right at noon. So, if y'all got any other questions or any other comments, go ahead and get them in. Whatever's on your mind. And I know there's a lot of other events that I'm pretty excited about coming up. I know we got the Nao Kakuta produced show called Cross. Looking forward to that. It's only a few matches, but hey, big opportunity for her to be in the producer role. So, John Ali says, was last night Kayla Braxton's last night in WWE? May have been, but yeah, she's out. But yeah, I think so. Not sure what's next for her, but hope wherever she goes, it's big and she'll be happy. Looking forward to Noah's Destination 2024. That's July 13th. That should be good. Also, the same day as Marigold Summer Destiny 2024. So both those shows should be really good. As a matter of fact, July, there's a lot of big events in July. We got Cross on July 5th, NXT Heatwave July 7th, Destination 2024 on the 13th, Marigold Summer Destiny 2024 on the 13th, TJPW Summer Sun Princess on the 19th, the G1 Climax 34 starts on the 20th, TNA Slammiversary is on the 20th, DDT Wrestle Peter Pan on the 21st, Sarayism Chapter 4 on the 29th. That's a lot of big name pro wrestling events for July, y'all. Those are big. Those are pretty big. It's going to be a loaded summer season in general, but a very loaded month of July. I mean, just woo. Woo. It's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, it's reasons like this, things like this are why I am a pro wrestling fan still to this day. But yeah. So get excited. Get excited. John Lee says, Noah and Marigold shows are on the same day. Yes, they are. They are. So the Noah show is at the Nippon Budokan. The Marigold show is at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall. So they'll be going on at two different venues, same day. So Definitely get your fill in. That's all I can say. I know I will. I've already ordered both, so I'm ready. I am ready. Both. Looking forward to. One's card is already fulfilled. The other card is not completely set yet, but it's going to be great. And then, I mean, you look at the rest of the summer. I mean, even going into August. The Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix begins August 10th. The G1 Climax ends August 18th. AEW All In London is the 25th. And both the finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix and WWE Bash in Berlin and NJPW Capital Collision all are on August 31st. So we got 3 big shows on August 31st from Stardom, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and WWE. Wow. Wow. This is going to be another one of those hot summers in pro wrestling. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be really excellent. But I want to thank everybody for coming out and chatting it up with me. John Elite, Kane, El Sancho, thank you for all the comments and all the interaction. But yeah, once again, New Japan Pro Wrestling now fully owns Stardom. We got our Tokyo Princess Cup competitors. This should be good. And tomorrow, we got NJPW or AEW NJPW Forbidden Door to look forward to. So it's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. But that'll do it for this live stream. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. Occasionally on Twitch. I may start getting back on Twitch soon. But thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed today's live stream. Go check out Forbidden Door tomorrow and have fun and enjoy. I will also review it once I finish watching it, so look forward to that. But for another Pro Wrestling Talk live here on the YouTube, the Tube, and the Facebook from Blitzball Champ Gaming, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream.